Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. Here it is, the 27th of December. Holy moly, crocky oly. Big news today. I have going across the bottom 360 at 2 o'clock. 360 at 2 o'clock. What I wanted to cover today, I've talked to a lot of people, obviously, but many over the holidays. And I realized how important the camaraderie, getting together with each other is. You find out stuff. You find out the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad. There's one thing about as we expand this family, the more people we know, the more good times, but also more sad times. Why? You hear more about people that maybe get sick or somebody loses somebody in the family, or and that's part of this evolution of meeting people around the world. But when you have people to go to during a happy time or a sad time, it means a lot for the person, right? Sometimes when they're sad, you let them know that you give them condolences, but maybe you can make them smile or laugh, and that's a big deal in somebody's darkness because usually during deaths, I remember when I was growing up, my oldest brother died 2 years later. My second oldest brother, and a lot of things happened right in a row. Grandmother, grandfather, it was like 10 years of something every year bad. But there wasn't a lot to turn on because my whole atmosphere at that time was family. They're all sad. With on passive, you can get out of that sad bubble and move into somebody else that can make you smile and happy, like an extended family. I see how powerful that is, and that's pretty strong. It's very strong. Also, talking to people about they talked about leader and this leader, that leader, he's a leader, you're a leader, she's a leader. I think the same as I do. We're not military. Okay, so it's a different thing for me. It's not. I don't look at it as a. I'm not leading you anywhere. I'm guiding you because in the army you're forced to go. You don't. You can get a court martial or whatever. Here, if you don't want to go, you don't have to. You don't want to purchase anything, you don't have to. You don't even have to stay. But the point is, what I love about this so-called guiding that we do, or a guiding person, I look at it more like all the people that the people that are able to climb Mount Everest, they get all the focus, but the people that go with them, I forgot what the name's called. I wanted to look that up today. It's very important. In fact, that's what they do for a living. Chris, look it up while I'm doing it. Who are the guys to bring people up the Mount Everest? It's a big deal. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
they are what I consider guides. They take you to that summit, and they can communicate with, keep going, keep going. I know what it's like up there. I saw it. You're going to be so glad when you get there to experience what it really truly looks like. Now during that climb up this majestic mountain, you know what they pass?
Sherpa.
Yeah, a Sherpa. Yeah, Sherpa people, that's what they do. They got to be the toughest people on the planet. But you know what you pass during this journey? People that have died, people that didn't make it, and they're still there because they're frozen.
They're frozen.
They're still there. Kind of move them out of the way. It's kind of sad. They can't bring them all the way back. And it's kind of a memorial on the way. It's sad, but I tell you what, even that person that didn't make it, he lived his life, right? He died doing something he really wanted to do outside of himself. It was a challenge, and that happens. Unpassive's the same thing. We're all going to that top, and there's some guides. I consider myself a guide. I haven't been there, but I know enough that the guy at the top asked me for has radiated enough down and enough view to me and around me that if I get it, it's my duty to me to guide you as far as I can. I think Chris feels the same way as a lot of other people. You call us leaders and all that, okay, that's okay. But I would rather be a guide. I want to guide you along the way and let you know there's going to be there's going to be bumpy roads, there's going to be whatever. But the truth is, the path was already made by this super or whatever they're called, right? As far as making the path, we don't have to dig out the snow and make this path. The path was already made by us. We just need to walk up it. And the beauty of this, we're not really doing any effort. It's not like we even have to climb. Our path is straight across. But there's times and things happen and deaths and family and sadness and maybe delays for us. There's people in different parts of their life where they're so poor they can't pay attention. There's some that want to get out of a job and they can't, and they're hoping ONPASSIVE will make that change. But we need to know there's a time for everything. So as a guide, if you can be a guide in this business, and I believe there's a lot of guides and they don't know it. That's why I tell people, be careful what you say in a meeting, in a webinar, wherever you're at, because it'll give the impression to somebody outside of this wonderful company and this journey that we're not happy and things are horrible. That's not what it is. There's ups and downs in the road no matter what you do in life. The beauty of ONPASSIVE is if you're a guider like me, Chris, and many other people, many of you, you're there to catch somebody when they fall, or to let them know when they wore out. They just don't think maybe this isn't for me. Maybe there's nothing. You point at something and you say, yeah, but look, this happened to him. Look at this diamond that popped up. They couldn't even talk. And they're doing webinars. And look at this one. You give them examples along the way. And what happens is the person you're guiding starts to believe more in what? Not me. They believe more in themselves. So they become stronger and they take another couple more walks, couple more steps. So I want to let you know it's very important. If you want to be someone that is considered a leader, be a servant, help them, guide them. And if people know they can come to you and trust you, they'll follow you anywhere. You don't have to know all the answers. You know, I've seen a man cry. I don't want to say who it was tonight. And to me, any man can be a man and, oh, I am strong, hear me roar. But a true man can cry. That's me. That's what I believe. It doesn't make anybody weak or anything like that. I've had people, oh, you cry, you're weak. And then they walk around for 20 minutes looking for their teeth. But it's not like, it has nothing to do with weakness. I think it has to do with strength. You're willing to do that because you're bigger than that. That's the problem with men. They hold all these uh, feelings inside because they have some kind of, I can't do that. I'm a man. That's not true. Jesus cried. Okay. I mean, he did. There's sad times, but through those times is what makes you who you are. And if you want to be a guide, be willing to trip and fall, be willing to cry, be willing to admit maybe, okay, look, this is the wrong path. Let's go this way. People with you don't need to know that. They just need to know that you're strong and you keep going. Because a lot of times people can live vicariously through your vision. Think about this for a minute. We say we have faith in Ash. We are living off what he sees, not what we see. We can't see what he sees, but we believe in him so much. That's faith and trust that whatever he sees and whatever the remnants of what he's done so far, we're going, I don't, man, I want to go. I want to go what he sees. Why? Look what he's done. Look what he's already dropped off behind him. The Burj Khalifa, the train station, uh, offices all over the biggest part of the world with internet destinations and AI. And you say, if he's done all this already, great, I'm holding on tight. I don't want to stop. But along the way, there's people that might be a little bit less, have a little bit less faith than you do. those are the ones that you guide. And you know what? When you guide somebody long enough and you help them and bring them, they become as good or as good as a guider or a servant as you. If you don't lift people up and let them know what their abilities are, they'll never do the same thing you're doing. See, in MLM, everybody says, "Well, copy me and you'll do what I'm doing." But it's not true. You can't copy what they're doing. Here, you can. You can help people. You can guide people and tell them what you know. Listen, we're all at different levels of belief. Hook into somebody that you believe knows a little more. Maybe he knows a little more, has a little more faith. But we all follow Ash, and we have no idea what he sees. But we believe what he sees, we want to see it. So be a guide, help people, edify people, give them encouragement. Because I'm telling you, there's people that you've met in Unpassive that when their true ability unleashes, you will be astonished. There'll be people in Unpassive that will be in the newspaper for great things they have accomplished. And the key that unlocked that accomplishment in here and in here would be Unpassive. And the day you'll hear them say it when they become that person, it was because of Unpassive that I unlocked my inner me. I mean that. I believe that with all my heart. I believe the changing of the world will be from unlocking potentials because of the foundation of Unpassive and what it was created from and where we are now. So just my 2 cents. Just kidding. Here's Chris.
No, very good, Marty. And by the way, I do not believe I didn't text Fred this morning, but I'm pretty sure he told me that he'd only be on 360. So I don't think he's coming on at 11 today. So just to let you know, I could be wrong. If you see it out there that
He's not, he said he wasn't. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. So Marty touched on a lot of good points. And last night, I turned on the TV for the first time in a long time. And I went to Netflix and I seen my Prime. And lo and behold, it was a movie I've been wanting to see since it's came out. The Sound of Freedom. I watched it, and of course, it's very hard, I think, for anyone normal to watch it. It's amazing that that's still going on today, and I was shocked by the number. It's $150 billion industry to sell kids as sex slaves, boys, young girls. And I'm thinking $150 billion industry, and we can't stop it. I mean, I don't understand it. And this is going to be a weird call out to all those individuals out there who say bad things about Unpassive or say we're doing the wrong thing or we're a cult. Why don't you go after these people that are making $150 billion a year that's hurting our kids, selling our kids, destroying these kids? And I was real. I had to really think about this before I said it, but it's true. Great things in this world that's been developed for us. It's always had someone knocking them down. But I'm thinking, why don't those negative people, which I call them, go after individuals like sex trading slaves or whatever you want to call them? I wish they do that. Then I heard this really cool, and this is when I say a cool statistic. I think I shared it on my Facebook a day or two ago. They said it would cost about $20 billion to end homelessness. $20 billion. And then I hear we gave Ukrainian $165 billion for this war that's going on that no one really knows what they're fighting about anymore. All right. These completely disgusting, evil people making $150 billion a year doing this to children. And I heard that $20 billion to solve homelessness. This was a thing that they did that said, all we need is $20 billion. And then I think of all the rich people in the world. I think of the governments that all of a sudden raise all this money to send over to kill people, protect and kill people. the bottom line, I got a whole new meaning about Obless right now. I mean, a whole new meaning. I probably shouldn't have watched that movie because it's something that I don't care what it takes. I want to stop. It was that strong to me where I was in tears. I was angry. And I think, how can people even do this to somebody else? And I'm thinking of all the people that call me crazy or call Ash crazy or call him a criminal, whatever they call him. And the guy's trying to do good, but yet we do have evil people out there that are destroying young kids' lives, families. But you guys don't ever say nothing about that. Alonda, whatever your freaking name is. Why don't you go after someone like that? That's what I don't understand about you. Why don't you go watch that movie and you'll understand what I'm saying. Now, there's something you can go after because it's wrong. But on passive, it's nothing but right. It's nothing but beautiful. And $20 billion to fix homelessness. And this was a study done. I think that's a piece of cake for ONPASSIVE. I think with all the founders we're going to have in this world, $20 billion is going to be nothing to raise. And we just got to find the exact strategy. And I think Ash is coming up with things or studying it, how to do it. $20 billion. It sounds like a lot of money to me. But when you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 100 million people all willing to donate something, that $20 billion is nothing. But I would like to see for once money, all the wars we've had. And God bless all the soldiers, men and women, who went over there and fought for this country and every country for freedom. But just once, I'd like to see the country I live in do something good with the money instead of just blow things up and kill people. I would love to see that. I think ONPASSIVE is going to be that answer. Matter of fact, I'm going to say I know it's going to be that answer. I think ONPASSIVE is going to fix so many things. And I'm looking forward to that. I really am, because when I think of $20 billion to fix homelessness, and I hear Ash, when he first said it, yeah, we could do this. All it takes is a little funding. If we could fund other countries to protect themselves, we could do anything. But for once, I'd like to see governments put the money for the people. Every government, I believe, has the ability to raise enough money to help everything that's wrong in their country. But that's okay, because ONPASSIVE is going to step in. We got founders in every country, literally every country. And each founder is going to play a big, vital part in helping their country and their issues, poverty, homelessness, kids starving, kids drinking bad water, families drinking bad water, families that don't have houses, things that everyone should have. If you actually went back and added up all the money that we put into wars, machines, airplanes, ammunition, it's a rich man's game, I believe. And it's time the people came out of their shells. And I think that's what ONPASSIVE is going to do, and start saying, hey, we could do better than this. All right. I have a thing I've always said and heard: old men start wars, young men die in them. And I just want to see change. I want to see change where we're shooting marshmallows, not bombs. We're helping people that really need that $165 million or billion dollars. Can you imagine $165 billion, what it could do for a country like say Africa? How many kids are over there dying of drinking bad water? Oh my God, it's an endless possibility. That is one of my biggest reasons that I'm in ONPASSIVE. I already know monetarily what's going to come toward us. I know that. All right, I'm 58 years old. I've done most things that I wanted in my life, and it's time to give back. And with ONPASSIVE, honest to God, ONPASSIVE saying we're going to give back. Definitely going to get back. You're going to have the ability to get back. Your choice, though. But then I asked myself a question about and what I saw in that movie last night. And the main guy, true story, by the way, he asked one of the his police chief, what if it was your daughter that was over there, was missing or kidnapped? And it makes you rethink. And I ask everyone today, just after Christmas, I don't ever want to see my grandkids go to war or fight something that's not going to do anything. The wars in the past, they were about freedom. Now it's just about crazy people, literally. God bless the men and women that volunteer to go over and fight these lousy wars. But think about that. ONPASSIVE it's a whole new thing, man. It's a whole new monetary system to help people. And I think about that $150 billion that some evil people are making, selling kids, but yet I don't see any of these people that want to knock us down all day going after them, because you're cowards. That's the real people you need to go after. If you got a birthday today, and I'm a little sour today because of that movie, happy birthday to you. We're praying for you always, no matter what, no matter who you are. I pray for my enemies too, and I don't think I have any. Even some of the people that make fun of me or whatever they want to do, I still pray for you. I know your mind isn't always in the right spot, but ONPASSIVE is here. It's not going nowhere, and you're going to see explode really soon. And I hope Ash comes on today in a couple hours. He was invited. You never know, but it's always fun. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Got to close it out. Shorty's having a little bit of a problem, so we'll see you all at 2 o'clock.